Welcome. Welcome to Touching the Edge. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you for being part of Coffee with Drake. I'm so happy to see you here because I want to share a story with you. I want to share a story that that I heard a great wise teacher say once. And so it's an ancient story, and actually it's not an ancient story, and it wasn't a great wise teacher. I made the story up, but but I want to share it with you anyway. And so the story, it goes like this. It's in some older time where they're using horse and buggies, and this buggy comes up, a really like ornate, beautiful buggy for whatever that time period it would be. And this extremely well dressed man comes and gets out of this buggy, and he goes into this building. It's like a shack that's kind of sort of leaning. It's several floors, but it's leaning like it's going to fall in. And he goes in. It's a place that you wouldn't expect someone who's dressed so well to go. And he goes in and he goes up the stairs, and the stairs are creaking and rickety. He goes up to the second floor and he knocks, and a door opens, and this sort of gaunt fellow is there with dark eyes, and all of a sudden they see each other, and both of their eyes just sort of radiate shine. Both men are shining towards each other, and they embrace. And in this embrace, it becomes clear that they've known each other for a long time and that they love each other. And in fact, it becomes clear in the course of their conversation that they grew up together in exactly the same circumstances, and one became extremely successful, and the other was in this situation that was deeply impoverished in what felt like every way. And the wealthy friend says to him, "I see what you're going through. I love you so. I want to leave you with a great treasure." And so he claps his hands twice, and all of a sudden, his manservant or whatever butler comes up, and he's carrying a big, heavy, cumbersome chest, completely pitch black, and he sets it down heavily, and and bows and walks out. And the wealthy friend says to the other, "This is a great, great treasure. And this is for you. This is you can be able to reboot." I don't think they use the term reboot, but they're going to be able to, start new. And the impoverished friend suddenly feels the weight of life suddenly just release from his back, and he's so grateful. He embraces his friend. They look, they give just a wonderful friendly embrace, and then they part and they go their separate ways. The wealthy man goes back to this buggy, and you can hear it riding off. So the impoverished man can't wait. He wants to see what's in it, and he opens it up, and he looks in, and all of a sudden his face is just crestfallen, because in the box there's nothing but garbage. In this great heavy chest, there's nothing but garbage. Old papers, old newspapers, old shoes, old toys, just a bunch of garbage. And so he is so upset, he slams that lid down. But when he does, there's a chip of paint that falls off of the chest. And all of a sudden he realizes it's gleaming solid gold. So the chest itself was the gift. The chest itself was the treasure. And once he realizes that this whole chest is solid gold, he realizes, oh my God, it is true. I can change my life with this. And all of a sudden, it turns out it's a mystical chest, and suddenly the contents are transformed. And all of a sudden, what looked like garbage was the absolute best. Incredible, heirlooms, antiques, valuable things. And suddenly, it becomes clear that the chest was not just solid gold, but that to become aware that the chest was the treasure was to transform the contents. So if you excuse this elaborate story, the point, of course, is your life is the treasure. Your life, exactly as it is, no matter how it is, no matter how it's been, it is a miracle. And to recognize the miracle is to really value your own childhood self. So I'm asking you to value this life and really value it. Step back so that you can observe it as an observer, not just as a participant, and really value this whole life no matter what happens. Activate positive indifference. Positive indifference is the manifestation of that Beatles song. When I find myself in times of trouble, Mother Mary comes to me singing songs of wisdom. Let it be. When you have that ability to step back into positive indifference and let it be exactly as it is, you can find that in the midst of what's going on in life, that something magical and amazing is happening, even with its ugliness. So thank you for joining today. Thank you for sitting with me today. Thank you for getting together and having coffee. This day is magical. I'm going to ring the bell. I'm going to ask you to listen carefully. Here we go. I bring my hands together and I bow and I say to you, Namaste, my friend. The light that shines from my heart is the same light that shines from yours. Have a wonderful day, and I know that we can make things better.